Hello friends, welcome back. It's BigDenoPlays Kingdom Death. And contrary to what happened at the end of the last episode, we have changed our mind and we are in fact going to face the Watcher in Lantern Year 22. And let me explain to you why. 25 is the next possible opportunity for us to face him. Toughness 25 is a very difficult prospect, especially when you're relying on the Twilight Sword to get the job done. Now, when the Twilight Sword can wound, it is absolutely devastating, pun intended. When it can't wound, that fight becomes a lot more challenging. So we have a level, whatever it is, 7, something like that, Twilight Sword Maestro. And so we can definitely get the maximum value out of the Twilight Sword, but as the Watcher's toughness levels up, it gets harder and harder. So we are going to go into the showdown against the Watcher. Here it is, wonderful. Let's have a look at our current situation. So we find ourselves in Lantern Year 22. We've had Mysterious Eggs and Hooded Knight. We are going to use our final 2 endeavours, which we did not spend at the end of last Lantern Year, to do a shrine. And then hopefully we get a better one next year. We've got 4 survivors. Now, the second piece, the reason I wanted to hunt the Frogdog, I really wanted to complete the Bullfrogdog, sorry, I really wanted to complete the Bullfrogdog set, which is a really cool piece of equipment. But that's just not going to happen at this point in time. So, yeah. So, where I find myself now is I'm okay with this like Bitzer set. That's the Frogdog waist piece and everything else is the Bullfrog piece. And so if we go and have a look at that survivor, which is Honger's, you can see that he's got a pretty decent setup already. Now, if I had the beacon shield, it'd be absolutely awesome, but I don't have a beacon shield, so. I think we can afford to have 3 armor on the waist, especially if we get a shrine. Honger's is also honourable, so he's going to go to 4. Feels okay. Now, the value in the Bullfrog Dog set, the actual benefit of the armour set, is that you get to focus charge and you gain an accuracy for each space that you move. On initial glance, that doesn't sound all that great, right? Well, over here, the Bullfrog Dog Halberd has Onslaught. So Onslaught is if all of your hit rolls are successful, you get to double your wound rolls on your wound roll. It's hitting on an 8+. It's only 2 speed, so it's currently hitting on 7s. The braces go to 6s, so it's hitting on 6s, which is nice. But yeah, Onslaught double wound rolls, unbelievable. Will wound anything in the game. But yeah, we definitely need the accuracy. So anyway, the full Bullfrog Dog set makes that set lean into those sorts of weapons, which is great. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary, put it that way. So yes, lots of things happening. I've moved everything around. The survivors we're taking in, Brigida, she's got the Lantern Glaive and etc. We've got Hongers, who is of course taking that Bullfrog Halberd. We've got Junie, who's going to be our backup Fist and Tooth option, rocking with Luck 3 on Fated Blow. And finally Lily, our Dragon Armour wearing thing. Now, oh that's right, we have to use a Proctophilia for her. So we are going to have to change that and give her a... What's the strength situation at Deno? So toughness 22 is part of the problem. So if we leap at 17, so it's 5s to wound, plus my +2 strength is going to make it 3s to wound. So yeah, I think we're better off with the bandages and a Monster Grease. Proctophilia sucks. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do that was because that gives me full survival when we get to the showdown. I guess we're fine. We are taking a scout with the wisdom potion and a founding stone, just to our final founding stone. So let's depart and let's see if Lily's survival gets halved. It doesn't. So she loses 6 survival from somnophobia, and she has done that, etc. Watcher, I haven't fought the guy in a while. Let's do our shrine roll, which costs us 2 endeavours to do so. That's a 1, unfortunately. It was about to be a 9, so everyone gains an insanity, which is fine. And then the Bell of Challenge. So Brigida does not have honourable. Hong does have honourable. So Hong's going to get 1 to every hit location. He's going to gain a survival, which is relevant, and he's going to gain a strength token. Boom. Junyi does not have honourable. Lily does not have honourable. Marie Anne does not have honourable. So that's it. That's all we've got. I haven't fought this guy. Look, the nemesis, the core monsters, right? You fight them once a campaign, and so every time you get to them, you're like, hang on a second, how do these guys work? And you also get super excited about fighting them. Particularly the Gambler. I think the Gambler is an incredibly fun fight. This guy, I don't recall being. He's either a really challenging and difficult fight, or he's just a cakewalk if you've leveled up the Twilight Sword, which sort of rewards you, and in a game that generally rewards knowledge, this is a prime example of how that knowledge of leveling up the Twilight Sword and why you bring it benefits you. But yeah, so he's got 15 life points. His toughness is equal to 22. We don't have records. These are the rules for retinues, so they're fine. Summoning a retinue. Killing a retinue, using a retinue summon. Once per act, may place a retinue on any board edge and move it up to 5 spaces. So let's go over the board. Here's my retinues. I'm using the leaf tiles. They're perfect size. Well done. And we're going to put survivors on them to represent our retinues. But who goes first? Survivors go first. Excellent. So let's go here. So he's just got his basic deck. At the start of the monster turn, all survivors in the Void Nexus suffer bash. Fine. Whenever the Watcher collides, they suffer a brain damage and a damage to the head. And then we can embolden. Alrighty, what do we got on top? A reflex. Okay. So, let's start the showdown. Oh, actually, I know why that didn't work. Let me see if I manage opponent survivors apply arrival bonuses. Yeah, Lily's supposed to be down on 6. 7. Okay, so if we have a look here, we want to bring in a retinue on the act. So we'll do that of our scout. So the scout's going to bring in a retinue. The scout's going to go first. The retinue can come on at any board edge. There's our retinue. Summon a retinue, place a retinue on any board edge and move it up to 5 spaces. And we will go there. Then the scout is going to throw the founding stone and immediately do a wound with that. We go down to 14 and that triggers this reflex. It doesn't trigger this reflex, sorry. The attacker, which is the scout, gains 1d10 insanity. She gains 2. What do we got next? There's another reflex. Attacker is knocked down unless they have 9 courage. Who's got 9 courage? Junyi doesn't. Brigida doesn't. Alright, well, we're going to do a dash with Lily. Spending a survival. into position, boom, and then she's going to leap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she has the Twilight Sword. She has leaped with the devastating Twilight Sword. It now hits on a 2+ on 3 speed. There's no point doing that. We have no Somnophobia. That's fine. So it's hitting on a 2+. 8, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. The Reef Watcher, Sucker suffers 3 brain damage and gains a bleeding token. That one's fine. 3 brain damage. That one's fine. Reflex. Attacker is knocked down. So we'll do it in this order. So if we look at our strength of our weapon, it's 14. +5 is 19. His toughness 22. We've also got a retinue adjacent to us, so we're 6 + 6 strength. So we're wounding on 2+ critting. There is no luck modifiers on this guy, so we're critting on 9s because we're deadly. So that's a 7, so that's a wound. So that's a devastating wound. So we go to 11, devastating 2. All attackers in the Void Nexus suffer 3 brain damage. One, 2, 3. Great, so we'll now do this one. It's again a 2+. That's a 1. So the attacker suffers 3 brain damage and gains a bleeding token. So we will suffer a brain trauma, which is a danger seizure. So we get 2 insanity. Danger seizure. You thrash about wildly, gain a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. Random disorder. Weak spot, so we'll get rid of the proctophilia. And that's it. So this one, that's a wound. It's not a critical. So the attacker is knocked down and we suffer a random brain trauma as well. So the random brain trauma that we suffer is 9, which goes to 11, which is maniacal laughter. You are knocked down, gain a -1 speed token, the priority target token, and 1d5 insanity. 1, 2. But that did 3 wounds. So we're down to 8. Okay. So now, 15 down to 14, down to 11, down to 8. Now we're going to stand her up with a encourage action. So she's only 2 speed now. So she is in the rear. I think she's still hitting on a 2+ now. Yep, hitting on a 2+ with 2 speed. 2 and a 9, that's 2 hits. There's a first strike with a failure reaction. So if we count up our strength now, we don't have the +5, we instead have 6. So we go to 20, so we're anything but a 1. That's a 3, which is a wound, so we do not suffer the failure. He's down to 5 wounds. So we didn't suffer the failure. This one, that's another 3 wounds. All survivors in the Void Nexus suffer 3 brain damage. 1, 2, 3. 2 wounds left. Surged. So she's done. Dash and surge, dash and surge. If we go to the showdown board, so we need to figure out who we attack with next. So who's our highest strength? So yeah, I think it's Junie. So Junie dashes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Junie does not have honourable. She is going to use a fated blow. She's going to swing twice. She's hitting on a whatever. A 5's a hit, a 1 is not. This is a fated blow. So her total strength with acid palms is plus 10 and then plus 6. So she's 16. So then that goes to 18 with Faded Blow, which is Devastating 1. 18, needing a 4 on 2 dice. We roll a 10. The attacker loses 2 survival if they cannot. That's it. Does 2 wounds. The watch is defeated. And that's what I mean about this this showdown being a bit silly if you have the Twilight Sword leveled up. I mean, it's got 15 wounds, and we did 12 of those with one model in two attacks. So yeah, so we went first. Just want to make sure I didn't get anything wrong. We went first. On your act, you can bring on a retinue. The retinue comes on. Once per act, a survivor may place a retinue at the start of their act. Boom. Double march, coordinated attack. Fun. I don't think I calculated anything incorrectly there. I'll just double check all these cards to make sure I didn't miss a reflex thing. So yep, attacker loses 2 survival, done. All survivors in the void nexus suffer 3 brain damage. We didn't fail that one. Attacker is knocked down unless they have 9 courage, suffer random brain trauma, fine. 3 brain damage and gain a bleeding token, move the watcher to the center of the board. 3 brain damage, and we did the critical on that. Okay, we'll complete the showdown. A lot of setup for not a lot of reward. Good on you, Lily. That's what you got the showdown for. Everyone, Junie is retired, but guess what? She can keep hunting because she is ageless. No one gets a hunt XP out of that. Oh yeah, we don't get any weapon proficiency or anything, do we? Okay, so if we have a look over here, boom. Victory. With a terrific hiss, the watcher deflates on the floor. A moment passes, no longer than the single beat of a heart, before lanterns all over the chamber explode in a dazzling array of colours. An intense luminescent goo washes over the survivors, and they feel triumph. All living survivors gain 1 permanent strength. And guess what? You can actually do that in here. Add 1-time bonus. Strength. Apply. I love you, Scribe. Blackout. The settlement's conviction is shaken. We lose the final fighting art. Innovate. And we now gain the exhausted Lantern Horde. So final fighting art, get out of here. Lantern Horde, get out of here. And that's it. We can no longer innovate, but we also innovate destiny. It was destiny. Once every 100,000 years a song where the sun doth shine and the moon doth grow and the grass doth glow. Endure. Cool. We can repair broken lanterns. We gain 3 Survivor's Lantern gear cards, and we also gain the final lantern. So we've actually got a few more lanterns that we can use now, including, hopefully we'll get one from this next hunt. Rare gear. Final lantern. Oh, it's from the exhausted Lantern Horde. Final lantern, and then 3 survivors' lanterns. And that's it. Continue to the final knowledge. The settlement commences lantern research. It's not on the next page, is it? No. LM. Lantern research. One survivor must depart with the final lantern. Flickering in the darkness. Horripilation. Death die. Aggression overload. I feel like uninhibited rage is the best level to get to. Anyway, once per lantern year. What about? We're at level 1 now. Yeah. Okay, well, we've got plenty of endeavours to spend. So I think what we're going to do is, we can't innovate anymore, which is great. We now have Saga as well as Clan of Death. So we're going to do some sacrificing of some of our rubbish survivors, and then we're going to try and remake some survivors. So that's our plan. Wilbert, Jonah, Ethan, Danae, Baby Elf. Get out of here, guys. And we may also do a thingy next Lantern year, which is the festival. Metamorphosis Festival. Whee! So let me go and have a think about that. All right. So we have 9 endeavours. I think last Lantern year I did 2 cookings or something, and I completely forgot to do the actual cooking. So that's a shame. Would have got extra evasion. So we want to oxidate because we want to turn our lantern glaive into an oxidised lantern glaive. That requires 3 leather, 3 bone, 3 organ, 1 black lichen and 1 cocoon membrane. So we're going to send someone down to investigate underneath the chamber. And so we'll just send one of our nuffies. And we roll a 3, which is gain a random disorder. We'll go again. We roll a 4, which is gain 4 broken lantern resources. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go again. We roll a 9, which is add a lantern tube, strange resource. So on a lantern tube, on a 6+, you get a broken lantern. We do not. So 1 lantern tube, strange resource, which is an organ and a scrap. Very good. What do we need? We need 1 iron, 4 bone. Oh, we're light on bone, aren't we? Would like an oxidised beacon shield as well. Yep, so we'll send someone down again. We just really need that 2 cocoons, so we need a 7 or an 8. There's a 3, so that's another disorder. Go again. That's a 9, so we get another thing. On a 6+, we get a, yep, so we get a lantern tube and a broken lantern. We'll go again. That's a 9, so another lantern tube and no broken lantern. We're going to kill some people. So the people that we're going to kill, the person who just got multiple disorders. So Wilbert just died. So Wilbert gains a Graves bonus, which means this has a net 0 effect. So we'll just roll, see what we get. We roll a 1, which is 2 deaths, so we actually gain 2 endeavours out of this, which is nice. It's a net endeavour dead. So we should be back up to 4, yep. So we'll go again down the tube. That's a 5, so we get 5 broken lanterns. We'll go again. A 9 on a 6+, we get a lantern tube. You would. I don't want this many lantern tubes, guys. I do not. All right, once more into the breach. We just want those 2 cocoon membranes on a 7 or an 8. There's a 4. That's 4 broken lanterns. We'll actually use someone with a lifetime reroll, and we'll try re-rolling that into a 1. They die. So we get their endeavour back. Sharon. Dead. Confirm. We'll go again with Edra, who's got Immortal. Just 7 or 8. 3. Gain a thing. So we use a lifetime reroll into an 8. Thank goodness. So we're getting 2 cocoon membranes. All right. Well, we shouldn't need to go down here again. So I guess we'll sacrifice someone else. We roll a 3 on a sacrifice. So departing survivors gain +1 insanity. So that kills someone, which gains our endeavour back. Ethan, you've done a brave job, mate. So how many nuffies have we got left? 2, Annabelle and baby. Yep, so we'll go again. This puts us on 0. Try and kill some more people. That's another 3, so we get another freebie. Once more, 8. -1 population. So we're still here, so we've killed Danae and Edra, or Danae and Baby Elf, and we get to remove a disorder on someone. I still have 1 endeavour. And we're +2 insanity for departing. And we get to remove a disorder on someone. So Ray, I do not like squeamish, so potentially we will get rid of squeamish. Honourable's fine. Latasha. She got a warped pelvis, not happy with that. Cornelius squeamish as well. Weak spot hoarder's fine. Hoarder maladroit's fine. Somnophobia, but she's actually retired, so... Oh no, she didn't. She didn't get a weapon proficiency point from the Watcher. Cool. Yeah. I don't really need to remove any stuff. Let's do Califax, and let's get rid of Califax's Hoarder. And that'll actually allow him to depart once again, which would be fun. So we'll send Califax out to face the Butcher. So we still have 1 endeavour. Now, I don't think we need to create leather, so let's just go through these. Matchmaker, no. Matchmaker, no. Trepanning, no. Bed, no. Harken, no. Cooking, no. Drafting table, no. Bone beats, no. We don't need to level up to the next Lantern Discovery. Oxidation, we don't need to do. Forbidden Dance, no. No. Leatherwork, we've got leather. Mere Omens. So do we want to put the Metamorphosis Festival? So I think that's our go. Let's go have a look at the Metamorphosis Festival and decide if that's what we want to do. I think it is. All right, so we are going to do Metamorphosis Festival, but we're going to do it next Lantern Year. So we are going to kill 1 more survivor, which is Edra, and that will leave us with only noob survivors. We'll be able to have some more babies. So we'll use 1 more sacrifice. We roll a 2, which is an extra insanity. So departing survivors gain 3 insanity. We still have our endeavour to spend. I think we might just do a... don't need a nightmare train. Don't need a hollow stone gather. Turn a thing into a hide, sure. Herb into a hide. Done. So plenty of scrap lanterns for us to convert into iron, which is excellent. If we can jank a purification roll of 9+, we will automatically succeed. More importantly, if we can if we can, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm disappointed by that fight, honestly. I spent, ages setting up for it, making sure my survivors were all good, and now we don't even need to do anything with it. Yeah, all of our newborn survivors come out with courage, understanding, and hunt XP, so. Who are we facing this year? The Millennium Butcher. Excellent. And then the Black Knight. That'll be fun. Let's figure out which survivors we're going to send out. I definitely will be keeping Junie in the pocket. We won't send out a scout, but Califax will go out. Cornelius is unable to go out, so that's fine. Let's send out Latasha. She's quite good. And Ray and Hong, I think we'll go again with those 2 champions. And let's hope for the best. Millennium Butcher level 3. He's going to be a real challenge. He's got plenty of wounds. So, and we have to include all these stupid lanterns now. So, all right, friends. Hope you enjoyed. Very short episode. Catch you on the next one. BigDeno out.